Hey everybody, I am doing a very difficult video right now. Um, I was looking through a lot of comments from that were on videos with children that have committed suicide. And some of the comments that people were saying were, you know, where are the parents and how could they let something like that happen, or they just really just being insensitive and just terrible. I'm sure there are probably some cases where you could say maybe neglect was involved, but I'm telling you from personal experience, it can just happen right under your nose, because there's a lot of things out there that is telling your children to hurt themselves. There's a lot of kids out there that are telling your children to hurt themselves. My own personal story with this is basically, I'm just one of the lucky ones. I'm just one of the lucky ones. The one that kind of felt something wasn't right and listened. It could have been me. I could have been one of those moms that is suffering right now because their child took their life. My one of my children were going through was a very tough time in school. A lot of bullying, to the point where we just had to remove them from the situation. There's a point in your life where you want your kids to fight back and stick up for themselves, but then after a while it's just like, why? I'm not, yeah, I want you to fight for your education. I want you to, but you should be going to school to fight for your life. So there is there's a line that has to be drawn. And when it comes to your child's life and safety, you got to get them out of there. And so that's what we chose to do. But I had noticed, my child doing some weird things during this time that she was being bullied. And I was like, what is going on? She was tying herself up. One time I was just like, where is she? What is going on? Like, and I went upstairs and she was just in a freaked out panic state, but tying herself up. And I was scared, but I didn't want to frighten her anymore. So I had to kind of react in a way that didn't alarm her any more than whatever she was feeling, whatever she was going through. And I was like, something is going on. I don't know what it is. I just couldn't put my finger on it. It had gotten so bad that the things on the windows, like those little hanger things, I had to cut them and I'm tying them up, and in belts and things like that. Like, she just wanted to tie herself up. And I'm talking about a 6-year-old. I'm not talking about a 15, 17-year-old kid. I'm talking about a child that would not be thinking in this way, that should not be thinking in this way. So I'm telling you all of this because, I had to stop them from looking at YouTube Kids. I had to really start controlling and them on Roblox, because a lot of the things that are in the conversations on there, I noticed, like, I used to put, my son in, well, both of them with headphones, because it was just so much noise. Like, just between two kids playing Roblox, it was just so much noise. And then I was like, no, I need to hear, the music. Some of the songs were just downright depressing. Some of this just very morbid, and then some of the conversations in the chat. My kids are pretty advanced, and they're sitting there typing. It's, I'm talking about 6 and 7 years old. They're sitting there typing back and forth to these, whoever. And I was like, some of the conversations were just a little too, dramatic, a little too graphic, like, die, different things. And I was like, whoa, okay, that Royal High stuff or that whatever, you cannot do that. I'm not feeling the conversation, So, I'm telling you this from a mom that just happened to feel something and acted on it. I just think sometimes, what if I didn't? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I just didn't say, go to the bathroom and check? Why is she taking so long? People just sitting, they're down, and on these parents, and parents, we try so hard. We're so much that we're fighting with now that my parents didn't have to deal with. My parents, they may have had to deal with some, Pac-Man. They had to deal with Donkey Kong. but we're dealing with the internet. We're dealing with people that just ain't right. They're having, they're going into these children places that are supposed to be zoned for children, and they may be posting regular kids videos, but then you look in those comments, they're saying some sideways stuff, and your kids are reading it. There's people out there that are really preying on the minds of children. And, this was happening while, I was, monitoring everything, that they're looking at. But you have to understand that these kids that aren't being monitored are telling or bringing that behavior to school. So you got these kids that are bullying these children, telling them to hurt themselves, right? You got these kids that are bullying them, saying horrible things, tie yourself up, or doing all like. We gotta do better. My daughter asked me, she said something really amazing to me the other day. She goes, so did you have to go to, she was like, you have 4 kids. Did you have to go to school to learn how to take care of all of us? And I was like, I really don't want to say no right now, because she's like, you probably should, because I'm like sitting here like, I gotta go to school to drive. You gotta learn how to drive. You gotta take tests. And you don't have to do that stuff to be a parent. That's kind of crazy. So there's a lot that we are dealing with, and parents, we gotta be a little bit more sympathetic to each other. This is not easy. We have to be diligent. We gotta watch what our kids are looking at. We have to listen to the conversations that our kids are having and pay attention to the actions, and your child is not behaving right or something is not adding up. Say something to your teachers. This was very, very scary. It was very scary for me because I could have easily been one of those moms that people kicking their back in right now. That wouldn't have been my kid, because I would have known what was going on, and how in the world the child know to do that? I mean, people are just dumb. First of all, let's get that out of the way. But then you got kids in school that's telling your kids that they ugly, that they hate them, that you should die, that you should cut yourself, go tie yourself up in a bathroom, go, jump out of a window, go stand on top of your house, saying these, y'all think I'm joking. There are kids that are saying this stuff to children because they're watching this stuff and they're evil. This is not a joke. This is for real. And I see these kids, all these posts every week, 10-year-olds killing themselves. One child right now didn't die and now is in like the ICU. This is an epidemic. This is a national emergency. Okay? This is a national emergency. Not no damn wall. Okay? Please. Don't lock me up in a country with a bunch of crazy folk with this damn wall. Okay? No. Open the... Please. You can put, security and stuff like that. But please don't lock me in here with these people. Gosh. The real nuts are right here. We got plenty of nuts right here to worry about. But y'all want to think about some wall. And you got kids in school telling children to kill themselves. You got children that are killing themselves. I took my information to the school. They didn't do anything. But I knew something wasn't right myself. There's no reason for her to want to hurt herself. You just don't think like that. And I was like, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? You got these kids on the playground and they're playing this stupid game called zombie tag, where all the zombies are the N-word. And my children, I've never used that word. I don't use that word. My kid, there's no reason for my children to know that word. And they're playing tag in the house, calling each other the N-word. And I was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? Where did you get that from? Oh, that's what they call it in school when we play tag. I was like, wow. Well, that word is a bad word, honey, and I don't ever want to hear it again. I used to go to school every day to eat lunch with them because I needed to know what the heck was going on in that place. And I don't live in the hood. No, my kids would probably be safe if I did. But this is real talk. Pay attention. If you feel it in your gut, if your child is just being angry all the time, or being depressed, or being just not themselves, keep them visible. If they're going too long, go look. If they're not eating, let me tell you, this is what I do when I want to make sure that my teenager doesn't have an eating disorder or isn't getting depressed by, well, not everybody wants to lose weight and they want to be skinny, and this is what I do. And I want you to try. If you think your child is trying to hurt themselves by starving themselves, things like that, make them their very favorite thing. And if they turn that down, you know you got a problem. Like I'm telling you, I would make cake, pies, whatever, fried chicken, whatever. What else was I for? Mac and cheese. I mean, are you talking about Thanksgiving, Christmas, all up in one day? Okay, you turn any of that stuff down, we got a problem. There is something going on, and you need to fess up. But she knows my game now. She's like, she'll see all the spread of food. She's like, Mom, I just don't feel like eating right now. I'm not starving myself. So, but yeah, I'm trying to joke off the emotion right now, but I'm trying to tell y'all, really, just the suicide with children is a real national emergency. We have kids 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 killing themselves, taking their life. This is supposed to be a country, right? Pro-life, whatever the heck that means. We gotta do something. When you have a child that wants to kill themselves, there is something missing. There is something that there's somebody preying on our children, and we have got to pay attention. Pay attention. I know there's a lot that is on our plates, but you cannot let this slide, because their lives are at stake. And take it from me, I'm telling you, seeing your child tied up from their own, by doing it themselves, is traumatizing. I can't imagine what these parents must feel like actually seeing their child not alive. I can't. So please, please, just pay attention. That's all. Just pay attention and love them a little bit more, and just pay attention to everything that they're being exposed to. Way more stuff than we ever could imagine being exposed to when we were kids. It's not even close to the stuff that we were exposed to as a kid. Not even close. You got people in other countries that can talk to our children as a child and not even know if there's some 60-year-old dude talking to little kids on Roblox. or if it really is an 8-year-old little girl dressed up, as calling herself, Miss Queen or something on Roblox. You don't know. You don't know. But you do know that you have to pay attention. And from one mom to another, I'm praying for y'all, and I hope that y'all pray for me as well. Because this battle that we are up against is no joke. You guys take care and hug all your kids. And let's continue to be good parents.